So this is difficult, okay? This path is difficult because it will ask us to renounce. And then we'll start looking around and say, Arey, people are not actually renouncing anything. You know, if you see the gurus, the clothes they wear, what they have, big empires, you feel these are renunciates. No, no, no. They don't look like. See, again, we are getting stuck in what they wear, how they look, and the external whatever. Okay? It's not about giving up any things. They understand how temporary the material world is. We don't understand. So we start counting how many ashrams they have, how much wealth is coming into this ashram, how many cars they have, are they traveling in Rolls Royce or Mercedes? Oh, they are big time Swamijis or big time gurus. No, they know. We don't understand them actually because our perception is very limited. Our perception is if somebody has given up all those things and he's wearing a garb and with nothing on them and maybe 3 4 rudraksh mala and not even combing their hair with a begging bowl, then they are definitely sannyasi, they are definitely renunciate. So this is what is being broken down here. So don't judge by the looks of people or oh, they are hoarders. They have so many like Osho, Rajneesh had so many Rolls Royce parked outside his ashram. And people started making, you know, comments on that. Nobody saw the amount of knowledge he gave. Nobody saw the depth of knowledge he possessed. Nobody saw that. None of that mattered to him. So this is where our sight is a problem. We are not seeing properly. So Adi Shankara is waking us up. That don't go by the looks or whatever they have or whatever they possess, because they are actually renounced within. So what were we supposed to renounce? Our property, our clothes, our cupboards, our houses. No, that is not renunciation. That's a part of renunciation. We were supposed to renounce our desires. That we didn't do. That these sannyasis didn't do. And because I was thinking, why did Adi Shankara say that time also were there such sannyasis? Nowadays, though, most of them, 50% could be, fakes. More than 50% could be fakes. But that time also he was saying, then I went to the recollection of Sri Rama's time, where Ravana, wearing the garb of a sannyasi, was able to dupe Sita Ma. And that was a good yoga, imagine. So we also get fooled similarly. If Sita Ma got fooled, imagine, he came and he said, Bhiksham De. And poor thing, she went inside. And he said, you have to step out. I don't take it inside the house or whatever. And she is so, so gullible. She just stepped out. So innocent and gone. She was gone. So this is what Adi Shankara meant probably, that don't go by the clothes. Don't go by the whatever they are featuring technically. So this was what was meant in yesterday's shloka. Okay. So today we'll take the next shloka, Akshita. Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vridho yati gruhitva dandam tadapi namunchat
Yashapindam.
One more. So one by one we get hit. So today I'm planning in the last 30 minutes that we'll open up the session for questions. Because if you keep listening to this, probably you'll get depressed. You'll start feeling, oh my God, what are we supposed to do? This is the first question that will come. See, it's very few people who manage to land up on this session. So definitely they are the keenest who want answers, is what I assume. Okay. So if you want the answers, then you need that. Somebody needs to answer that also. Because the questions will come. We will start thinking probably, oh, Adi Shankara is saying satsang, satsang. Where will I get the satsanga? It's not like I just go and knock on the supermarket or check on Amazon and just order it. How do I get the satsanga? So I got a review yesterday night only that if you say satsang, if Adi Shankara says satsang, where are we going to get it? Which shop? Where do we get it? Because nowadays everything is online. So then we need to plan accordingly and probably from our side also actually have a continuity of certain things like maybe kirtan or maybe chants or maybe something that people keep joining, and everybody needs to have a dinacharya. That's the most important thing. We don't have a dinacharya. And dinacharya is a discipline throughout the day. Like we can't say that, okay, I'm into the spiritual path, so maybe I'll not do my housework. Or maybe I will not go to work. Everything has to be done. That is karma yoga. There has to be bhakti yoga. There has to be jnana yoga. And the whole day has to be designed individually for you all, depending on what you're doing in your life. So all of us need to take that many hours for self-work. It's not like, oh, I will do it maybe after, That's what he's saying. The shloka. Verse 15. Angam Galitam. Galitam is not a nice word. It's like, it's dissolving. It's, what is Angam Galitam? The body is dissolving. That means it is becoming old. Next, see, just because we can't see, if you check your bone density, you will know what is Angam Galitam. It would have reduced as you age. Next is Palitam Mundam. So Mundam is the head and Palitam is it's all gone grey and white. Next is Dashana Vihinam Jatam Tundam. The mouth is toothless. Nowadays, we have all beautiful dentists and they recreate the teeth and stuff. But Swamiji, my father-in-law, both used to say that they can't taste the food similarly. Okay? Once the teeth have been replaced, the taste of the food is never the same. So just because we have dentures or we have replaced teeth or whatever they do nowadays, it's okay, it's good because we can eat and chew, but don't think that you'll get the same taste that you used to get earlier. So that's the difference. So that's why a toothless. And next, vriddho. Vriddho is old. Vriddho yati gritva dandam. So he's holding a stick. Yet, tadapi na munchati asha pindam. छूटता ही नहीं. So this is where it gets depressing. We start feeling, oh my God, the body is not as strong, the hair is all white, and there are no teeth, there is no taste to the food, and we need a stick to walk, but still the desires are in place. When He says Asha Pindam, it's like a package. It's like it's not dissolving. The desires are, so then some of us will say, oh, mine is very small. My bag is small. However small, it is still there. Small wishes, small resentments, small wants. You know, as I said the first day, I have this, but I don't have that. That Pindam is there. Asha Pindam. Wish it was like this for me. So this is what is being broken down. Whatever you feel in that baggage or package or whatever, Asha Pindam, it's all temporary. You'll get it. But can it give you, that 100% guarantee of happiness? No, because right now, most of us have at least 80% of what we desired in our youth. Chalo, 60%, 70% we have. Has it given you 100% happiness? No. But still we are holding on to that this I get now, I am going to be happy. Doesn't work. Because it's temporary. Okay? The power of desire is very powerful. That's why it's a power of desire. Power of desire is so strong that it can sway us away from any path. It can lead us into situations where we'll make mistakes, where we'll lose our, stability, become angry. So many things can happen. So then we say, no, I'm fine. I don't have too many desires. But how fine are you? Do you never get angry? Are you not irritated, frustrated, etc., etc.? We are. We are caught in so many things. So that's why happiness seems like in that or in that. Because whatever I have, I also have anger, frustration, resentment, hatred, jealousy, greed, etc., etc., etc. So with so much of paraphernalia, how am I ever going to be happy? I can't be. Why? Going back to day 1, day 2, we are still basing our happiness on everything that is going to move and everything that is going to change. And that's why it's called Maya. So what should we base our happiness on? Bhaja Govindam. So then somebody asked me, what is this Bhaja Govindam? Is it only singing Bhaja Govindam? I said, no. It is not about singing the lyrics, okay? It is about getting closer and closer to Govinda. Now then you'll say, but I worship Shiva. Arey Baba, it's about getting close to divinity. Doesn't matter what is the form and shape and whether it's formless. Doesn't matter. So technically getting closer and closer to the self, to the divine within us. Nothing to do with whatever is outside. It is not easy. Because again, outside world is so full of lights, so full of magic, so much fascinating, fulfilling our senses, gratifying our senses. How can we leave that? Who is asking us to leave that? That's what the shlokas. We are not saying that, okay, from tomorrow I'm leaving everything. We are always in this bhoga, tyaga. First we'll dunk everything inside and then say, next 1 year I'm not going to eat this. That's all. That's all we do. It's not about either. It's about getting rid of the attachment of those things. We thought I am done. I'm leaving everything. It's not about leaving. It is about leaving the attachment, leaving the desires, the attachment to the desires also. See, everybody has vasanas, everybody has desires. Okay. But if you're very attached to the desire, that's where the problem starts. Then the delusion, and then vinashyati will come. Pranashyati, all these words will start coming because you are moving towards destruction. Because you're fanatically attached. To what? To a desire. For what? The perishable. That's why in the earlier shlokas, Adi Shankara said, no one is attached to the divine, to the Brahman. Everybody is attached to everything other than the Brahman. That's the problem. Okay. Next now, wait, let me see whether this is done. Yeah, as we grow old, we can't actually experience, the body especially gets old. The mind doesn't get the same experience of the senses that it used to get earlier. And that's all those who are experienced, all those who are getting older, already old, would know that what the senses, the enjoyment they used to get earlier, they can't feel the same thing again. As a youth, as a child, or in our younger times, everything is more, you can say food, it's more tasty. But as you grow old, you keep eating, but you don't get the same taste. And unknowingly, to match up with that memory, you keep eating. That's our problem. Actually, the taste of the food is finished in the first 1 or 2 bites, believe me. After that, we just eat to fill our stomach. That's all. The taste, the actual taste of what you're eating is only in the first bite, first sip that you take. After that, it's like you keep eating because you remember that first taste, and holding on to that taste, we keep eating. Okay, so that was understanding that angam galitam palitam mundam, everything is going to reduce as we age. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to get closer and closer to the divine. We need to be in satsanga. We need to be in meditation. We need to be doing all these things so that when we get old, we are not like, oh, now what to do? If you've already done it, you know what to do. You know what to do. And all these things, this toothless mouth, the stick won't bother you. Why? Because you're close to the divine. You did what you were supposed to do. You're more stable. So start early. So then somebody also asked me, what will the youth do if you're giving out such lectures? The young ones who are married and just married and not married, what will they do? Earlier they start, they're in a better place. Okay? Earlier they start does not mean, okay, I won't marry, I won't do that. It's not about that. It's about not getting attached to the idea of anything. They will be more stable. Earlier they start. Because to give up something is very easy when you're young. Believe me. You're like 25, earning a lot of money. Somebody says, give me this much. You say, Lelo, I can earn more. But when you're 50, 55, somebody says, okay, give me all your FDs. You'll say, when will I earn? If I give now, I can't give. So giving up, this is an example. So giving up becomes difficult as you age, and younger you are, you have the josh and you feel, take, I can make more. So it becomes difficult as you age to give up. So renunciation of, we are not speaking of money and FD, we are speaking that you can keep. The point is giving up the attachment to the desire is difficult as we age.